Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How are we today?
Great.
Awesome. I am Kimberly Boyd, the SGA President-elect, and I will be presiding over today's program. Okay. Today we are here to celebrate National Library Week, and we will begin with the history of National Library Week from Ms. Zena Conley, Library Support Assistant.
In the mid-1950s, research showed that Americans were spending less on books and more on radios, televisions, and musical instruments. Concerned that Americans were reading less, the ALA and the American Book Publishers formed a nonprofit citizens organization called the National Book Committee in 1954. The committee's goals were ambitious. They ranged from encouraging people to read in their increasing leisure time, improving incomes and health, and developing strong and happy family life. In 1957, the committee developed a plan for National Library Week based on the idea that once people were motivated to read, they would support and use libraries. With the cooperation of ALA and with help from the Advertising Council, the first National Library Week was observed in 1958 with the theme, Wake Up and Read. The 2018 National Library Week celebration will mark the 60th anniversary of the event sponsored in 1958.
Thank you so much for that, Ms. Conley. Now we will have greetings by Ms. Salonica Hunter, the 88th Miss University of Arkansas.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I am Salonica Hunter, the 88th Miss University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, and I am happy to say that I am present at the National Library Week's program today. We know that the theme is Libraries Lead. Now, Libraries Lead means to me, what that means to me, since my childhood, the library has played a huge role into the woman that I have become. I can remember my mom dropping off my sister and I at the library on Saturdays because it closed at 2, so we would wake up around 8, and then we could spend the whole time that the library was open there, and we would just read books and magazines and go on the computer, because back then there was like a time limit on the computer, so you only had like 30 minutes. So we would go on the computer, play games, and then we would find a book to read for the rest of the time. But I learned so much during those Saturdays because I was able to navigate different information, and it helped me be the college student I am today, because here at UAPB's library, there are friendly library staff, and I utilize a lot of the library resources because they help me. Back then, my mom taught me the card catalog system. So like you have to look through the drawer and find the card and match it with the book. But now it's much easier, and there are a lot of online tools to finding resources and stuff like that. So today, I just wanted to welcome everyone to the program because we have some of the best knowledgeable staff who have always been ready to assist. I'm excited about today's program, and hopefully as a future author, I would love for libraries across the nation to carry like my books. So that's why libraries are important to me. So happy National Library Week, Golden Lion family, and all the guests. Thank you.
At this time, we will have the introduction of the mayor by Mr. Edward Fontanet, followed by the importance of libraries by the Honorable Mayor, Mrs. Shirley Roberts.
Thank you very much. To the Honorable Shirley Moorhead Washington, on behalf of the Chancellor of the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, I want to welcome you to your alma mater. Dr. Alexander is in Chicago with his cabinet. We are accredited by the Higher Learning Commission through 2027. He's there at the Higher Learning Commission trying to get approval for his online distance learning program in addiction studies. The Chancellor pledges his loyal support to you, Mayor Washington, as you continue to advance Pine Bluff, Arkansas forward over 38 years, having educated most of our children. And I want to thank you personally for helping to educate my 2 girls. The Chancellor wants to thank you very much for endorsing the UAPB strategic plan, which weds Pine Bluff and the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff together in a town and gown, beautiful environmental town and university. We, the faculty, staff, and students at UAPB will honor you by continuing to serve on the various committees like the Library Committee, the Art Center Board, the Convention Center Board. Whenever you call us, we will be there. Take a bow for the newly developed Saracen Lake Children's Playground and the soon-to-be constructed public library and aquatic centers. I want to give you a special thanks for having appointed Ms. Bobby Morgan as the seasoned director of the public library system. Ms. Bobby will talk to you later. As you go forward in Pine Bluff, you lead us on a major momentum to develop Pine Bluff into an excellent city. We will stand by, willing to serve whenever you call us. Washington. Welcome to Jefferson County, Pine Bluff. Welcome to the UAPB National Library Week program. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. It's an honor to be here and let the Chancellor know that I'm appreciative of his embrace of support and this warm welcome that you all have extended this morning. Thank you so much. You know, when we talk about libraries, I guess I think back to my home high school. I graduated from Wabaseka High School, and when I was in that high school, we sat at laboratory-type tables with metal chairs. And I can remember first coming to the John Brown Watson Library, and it was not in this building at that time. It was in the building right across campus that is now, I believe, your museum. And it's a very stately museum. I love visiting it now, and I'm so glad that it was put to such good use. But I remember going there, and as I stand here, I still can reflect in my mind's eye the furniture in that building. They had the independent study tables with chairs. And I love the fact that I no longer went to my library and sat in noisy, cold metal chairs, but they were the warm golden oak wood chairs with the golden oak tables. And I thought, wow, this is such nice furniture for our library. And then I remember when this library building was under construction. I remember even you, Mr. Fontenette, when you moved in and came over to work at this library back in that day. Hair was black then, I believe. But those are fond memories of looking back at the library. Alderman Lockett, I didn't know you were here. Thanks for supporting us this morning. Alderman Bruce Lockett, thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me here today to honor this wonderful institution and this wonderful facility, the John Brown Watson Memorial Library, during National Library Week. Most of you know, as Mr. Fontenette has already said, I am a proud alumnus of AM&N. I graduated in the last AM&N class, and that was the class of 1972. I actually finished my coursework in the fall semester of 71, but then I had to wait until the spring semester of 72 to March. That was a few years ago, right? But I still remember how hard we worked, how committed we were to obtain a quality education right here in Pine Bluff, Arkansas at AM&N. The library was the main resource we depended on for information, and we looked for that information that was crucial, and we knew it was so central to our success. It was also the mecca for study sessions. When this library opened, I can remember meeting upstairs with groups and staying until the library closed on many nights. The library environment was conducive to study and made you want to delve into topics. We would gather as much knowledge as time would permit. In most cases, the most successful students were the ones who maintained a good relationship with the library. I spent many hours in the JBW library and other campus libraries pursuing my degree in education. I remember also sometimes going to UALR if I was in Little Rock. I spent time there as well as here at JBW. As a teacher, I wanted my students to appreciate the wealth of knowledge and abundant resources that could be found in libraries. So I would assign work that required the use of the library for them. As a parent, I wanted my children to know the importance of researching and gathering information. So I took them to the library. There were times when I brought them here, and when they were young, Robbie, I didn't always live in Pine Bluff, so I would make it a point that every Wednesday, which was my grocery shopping day at Wine Gardens because it was double S&H Green Stamp Day, I would start my day at the public library, carrying them once per week. And they had to check out 1 or 2 books and make sure they had read them at least 1 or 2 times before we came back the very next week. Because I wanted them not to be hooked on so many of the negative things in the world. I wanted to make sure that they were hooked on books. You know, I want to spell the word. I'm a teacher. I can't get it out of my system. B-O-O-K. What word? Books. However, today, we literally have infinite information at our fingertips. With smartphones, with tablets, and home computers, any topic imaginable can be found with a simple Google search. Wikipedia has replaced the encyclopedia. Dictionary.com has replaced Webster's and Thorndike's. Do you remember those? So the question is, are libraries still relevant today? Yes. An unconditional yes. More important than ever, libraries are still important today. Let me give you some reasons. Libraries, number one, are free. They are free to everyone. There is no admission charge. Number two, libraries are more than a place to borrow books. They offer the most important technology. They offer computers, and we still have homes, believe it or not, in our community where they don't have computer service, internet service, and they have internet access, printers and fax machines, audiobooks and DVDs, and Wi-Fi. We drove up to my church last Monday. We had taken a trip to Little Rock, and when we drove up outside our fellowship hall, 2 boys were out there, and they were working away on their smartphones. They were so intense with whatever they were doing. We said, "Why are you here?" It's because you all have Wi-Fi in this building, and we can connect. I had no idea that kids did that. I wouldn't be surprised if kids weren't outside this building because you have Wi-Fi, access to a service that they don't have at home. And so libraries provide that today. DVDs, audiobooks, fax machines. Number 3, librarians are found in libraries. They offer hands-on assistance that will not be found doing your smartphone or your online research. Librarians appreciate the importance of your assignments, and they want to help you succeed. Number 4, we can rely on the information found in libraries. So we can depend on that information to be truthful, and we can depend on that information to be written with integrity. There is so much information available online that can be, and many times is, biased. While the internet can provide you with information on basically anything you want to know, it is also full of fake articles and unverifiable news. Anyone with computer access can publish erroneous misinformation, and they will publish it as if it's factual. Libraries preserve history with truth, and they make sure that it has been documented and researched. The John Brown Watson Memorial Library has been a resource for students in this community for almost 80 years. Many famous Americans once flocked to this library in hopes of completing graduation requirements. Some in this building, some in the old building, the old library building, like I started in the old building and completed my education in this library. Some of those other people who have used this library or the libraries on this campus: Attorney John Walker of Little Rock, State Representative Ken Ferguson of Pine Bluff, pastor and recording artist W.R. Smokey Norfolk, visual artist Jeff Donaldson, and the late Dr. Samuel Lee Kuntz all studied at the libraries at UAPB AM&N. I appreciate the hard work that the library staff has done in promoting this National Library Week and calling our attention to the importance of this institution. The library is still just as relevant and useful in 2018 as it was in 1939 when the John Brown Watson Library first opened its doors. Carl T. Rowan, American government official, journalist, and author, says, "The library is the temple of learning, and learning has liberated more people than all the wars in history." I close my encouraging learner with all ages, aptitudes, vocations, or backgrounds to continue to come to this temple, continue to come, study, and learn at this historical library, John Brown Watson Library, on the campus of UAPB, located in our glorious, glamorous, beautiful city of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Thank you for having me this morning. I will share, before I go to my seat, a proclamation. Was that all I was supposed to do today? Proclamation, John Brown Watson Memorial Library Day. Whereas, in 1938, the Works Progress Administration funded a new library for the Agricultural and Mechanical and Normal College, AM&N, which was completed in 1939 as Childress Hall. In 1958, it was renamed in honor of the college's first president, John Brown Watson. The current structure was completed in 1968. And whereas the John Brown Watson Memorial Library has served AM&N College and later the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff for a total of 79 years, providing resources, tools, and assistance to thousands of dedicated learners pursuing their academic dreams in hopes of achieving their career goals. And whereas National Library Week is an annual celebration of life-changing work of libraries, librarians, and library workers. In addition to loaning books, libraries are venues for creativity and collaboration with new technologies to develop skills. And whereas it is fitting that during National Library Week, we pay homage to this institution, which continues to fulfill its purpose in higher education, equipping tomorrow's leaders. Be it known, the city of Pine Bluff acknowledges the profound contributions and influence that the John Brown Watson Memorial Library has on this community. It stands not only as the reminder of the rich history of our noble university, but also as a reminder that for the studious learner, a promising future is in reach. Therefore, I, Shirley Washington, Mayor of the City of Pine Bluff, Arkansas, do hereby proclaim April 9th, 2018 as John Brown Watson Memorial Library Day in the city of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. And I encourage all citizens to acknowledge this institution's contribution to the lives of residents throughout Jefferson County. Given to you on this day, the hands of Shirley Washington, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mayor Washington, for that engaging speech about the library and being a millennial and being so engaged in social media. I appreciate you reminding me the importance of libraries. Now we will have a poetry a poem by Verbatim Poetry Club, followed by student programming by Miss Shanice McGee, and leads and archives by Mrs. Maple Dean Donald.
They say if you want to hide something from a black person, you put it in a book. Because a book is the last place they're ever looking. But growing up, my dad told me to read everything, and if you don't read everything, you gonna get a whooping. So I became a bookworm. And books became one of my fascinations. And then I realized that libraries are just big playgrounds for one's imagination. I often wondered how many books are in a library, or how long would it take to read every page of every book. And then I get excited while reading and make weird noises, and then I gotta calm down because the librarians keep giving me messy looks, but come on. I just can't help myself. And in the Bible it says, my people are destroyed by a lack of knowledge, so I'm in this library trying to protect myself, because your brain is only as powerful as the things you feed her. And with that being said, today's readers are tomorrow's leaders. Thank you.
Good morning. John Brown Watson Memorial Library System leads in strengthening library programs to impact student learning. The Digital Reference and Information Services, Learning Commons for Student Success. The Learning Commons integrate academic support services to foster students' confidence and independence in a collaborative learning environment. Students come to the Learning Commons individually or in groups to access the library's print, electronic collection, technology, research, coursework, and writing assignments. Student support services. Research sessions are available at the service desk to assist students with general or extensive research questions. The space offers the space offers exam study guides for each subject discipline, LibGuides, information literacy, academic integrity, Microsoft application sessions, silent study space, laptop counter station, power bar charging tables, and comfortable seating areas. The John Brown Watson Memorial Library System leads in expanding library programs to impact student learning. The Library Study Hall Program. The main purpose of the Library Study Hall Program is to enhance the educational performance of the students. This program assists students with their study skill development, information literacy instruction, and in their initial coursework. The Study Hall Program will allow students to create an individual pathway for achieving appropriate academic success and timely graduation. The program has tutors that provide academic support in all subjects. Requirements: incoming freshmen, transfer students, and students who have a cumulative GPA below a 2.5, and the minimum hours of study per week, 5 hours. Hours of operation: Sunday 3:30 to 9:30, Monday through Thursday 3:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. The John Brown Watson Memorial Library has expanded their study hall program to the nursing department. We have study guides and textbooks on reserve for students majoring in nursing, located at the reference and circulation desk. We also have a tutor for students majoring in nursing, providing hands-on clinical training and test preparations for nursing license in Arkansas. The scheduled tutoring hours: 3 p.m. Tuesday, 3 p.m., 5 p.m. Tuesday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Please like our webpage on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I will be talking to you about the archives here in the library. Alrighty. Archives. In that area, we oversee the archives, acquisitions, and special collections. Our library archives and special collections include the Arkansas collection, videos, DVDs, UAPB events, Obama collection, we just created that this past summer, African American collection, Langston Hughes signed book collection. We have yearbooks, catalogs, T.E. Patterson collection, which is an educational collection that we have on loan with the, I believe, the State Department. Yes. So we have great resources up there for you to come and see. Library Archives also houses other relevant university information. We have information as far back as Corbin School, the Branch Normal era. We have admin event booklets, administrative booklets, yearbooks, catalogs again, administrative type booklets, event booklets, yearbooks, and catalogs. Acquisitions component is responsible for ordering any new digital resources for the library and paying for any current digital and print resources. In this capacity, I work closely with the library's technical services to ensure that the digital resources requested are compatible with the library's technical network. The digital resources include EBSCO Hold, Science Direct, JSTOR, academic videos, which was new for the fall semester, and other items. We do have a big database too for newspapers. We recently acquired a large format scanner. I believe the public library has the same one. We visited them before we purchased it. And that resource will be used for the library archives and our museum on campus. This way we can preserve some of our print resources via scanning. And this was funded through Title III. Future goals of the library archives and special collections as we complete the inventory of our current holdings within the archives and special collections, we will request from departments, alumni, and others who fill gaps in our current holdings and add updated materials to the archives related to Branch Normal, A&M, and UAPB. Additional special collections may be created depending upon donations. The future goals of acquisitions. The library strives to meet the research needs of students, faculty, and staff of UAPB and will continue to upgrade, acquire, and implement new innovative resources to meet the research needs as our budget allows. These resources will be acquired through continued state library consortiums, Title III funding, and library funding. Thank you.
At this time, we'll have student testimonials by Mr. Gary Jones, the sophomore class president, Jefferson County DMC coordinator, followed by government documents by Ms. Elaine Yates, coordinator of special events.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
John Watson Memorial Library has charged the students of UAPB to tell us what impact they have had on me. So I'll be reading a couple of these from the students. But first, I can start with my own. So my freshman year, this is my very first source of income as a, what's the title, y'all? Tell me, what's the title that we had? No, that's freshman, work study, there we go, work study program. Yeah, y'all might talk to me as I talk to y'all. As a work study program participant here. And so that was my first source of income, kept me afloat, not to have called mom and daddy back home in Kansas City. Can I have $50, $20 there? I had to do all that. So that was my first source of income. And then I gave my first internship opportunity. I did my first interview in Miss Lockett's office. I said, Miss Lockett, I got this interview at 11 o'clock. They got to call me online. Can I do it on Skype real quick? She said, yeah, come inside. So I go and did it, and then gave me access to have internships in Washington, internships in Kansas City, back-to-back with the mayor and the city council itself. And so the library has made a huge impact on me, so I'm very, very, very thankful. So from some of the students, I'll read as follows. It says, a better learning experience by providing books for my classes that I couldn't afford. They've been a family away from home. The library has made the experience at UAPB one to remember. The library has led a way to me being successful in all the classes I couldn't afford to buy books for. My 3.4 GPA, internships, a long list of other activities that I would not be able to access without the library. Proper study time and ability to learn material thoughts so that I could gain level of knowledge so I could perform properly and pass my classes. Greater knowledge, peace, happiness, and this environment of blessings. The library is a place with so much information to absorb and enhance my soul and mind. That's a deep one right there. Focus on my studies, apply for work study, and read another literature. This library has given me a rich culture, warm and genuine concern from staff, and encouraging words. Lastly, it has advanced my study skills, gave me confidence, and Miss Sonia Lockett has been extremely helpful. She's been patient with me in times when I felt like I wanted to give up, and she has been a great joy in my life. That will be it for me. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome once again to the John Brown Watson Library. The library leads in government data, public, open, transparency, and all the things that the government provides for government documents. I want you to know, first of all, I did it too fast. This is a sign that identifies a government document library. This is also a sign which identifies a government documents library. The mission of the Federal Depository Library Program is to provide free, ready, permanent public access to federal government information now and in the future. The vision of Federal Document Library Program is to organize and process desired information to be identified and located. Expert assistance is rendered by trained professionals. A collection of publications in the network of libraries. There are 23 public libraries and university libraries who have government documents. We work as a network, so we talk to each other and we network often. Good happen. Okay? Federal documents makes you proud to be a part of this program for the following reasons. Access, no fee for valuable information. A collection of tangible and online access is available. Collaboration and communication, as I told you. There are many libraries in the state that work together to make sure that you as a citizen can get the information you need. Upholding the right to freedom of information. And the most important thing is the federal government makes sure that everyone is an expert and that we're professional. If you would like to know more about the history of the government printing office, I have put 2 sites here, and it's a 5-minute video so you can learn what government documents has. So I appreciate you coming to the library, and I can get your tax forms. I can do voter registration. All those are required of government documents. That's it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mine is library lead in embracing technology. And it's a very short presentation, and then I'm going to give a different demonstration of some of the technology that we currently have in the library. As library leaders, we advocate for student access to educational technology. We share tools, and we curate resources, and we assist our colleagues in creating meaningful learning. And currently, the library houses about 45 computers for students. This semester, we're adding 35 new computers to the library, and the students will have, there'll be a total of 80 computers for students. Also, we have the Me Scan. All these things has been purchased. We just waiting on them to come in and be set up. And the Me Scan is going to be our cloud-based checkout system, where students, as we heard earlier, as Ms. UAPB said about multitasking and the apps and everything, this will allow students to use their own personal mobile devices to check out books when they're in the stacks. They find something they want to check out, They can use their cell phone or tablet to check it out. The app is a free download, so as I was saying, it's all cloud-based. So there's no major thing, and we always quickly go to Google Store or either Apple Store and download the app. And that will allow students to be able to check out, and that's what they're meeting them wherever they are. And then some of the things that we added this year, we added streaming videos. We have the History Maker, and then we have ebooks. There are a wealth of ebooks that are available in all the databases that we have available, especially in EBSCO Host, ProQuest. And so we encourage everyone to start looking at the ebooks. There are some classic reads, and even in ProQuest, we have some of the classics, like, most people are familiar with Tom Sawyer, things like that. So we're encouraging you to come to the library, but you also can use the library at home. So you have 24-hour access. Even our integrated library system is cloud-based. So it allows us as librarians, as staff in the library, we can assist students anywhere they're at. In the stats, we don't have to be manned at a desk. We can walk around in the library and we can assist students wherever they are. Because of, and when you say cloud-based, that means it is available online, and so you don't have to be tied to a desk. And also we have a collection of audiobooks that we add, and that's basically in EBSCO Host. So you have access to audiobooks as well. So we encourage you to please get familiar with some of the things that the library have to offer to you, so that you can see what we have. Because as it was said earlier, we're not just about books. So at this time, the presentation that I'm going to give is going to be on our Journey 75. It's a touchscreen TV tabler. It has a built-in computer. That's what the iStick is. And the purpose of us implementing this particular system was to make information literacy and the other things that we do with students to be more interactive. With this system, students can, when we're doing a presentation, we can allow them to use their mobile device, and they can come in and log in. They can do searches right there from where they're at, so to give them a little bit more interaction. And at this time, I'm going to demonstrate that particular system. This is the system here. As I was saying earlier, it does have an onboard computer. It does have an onboard computer. So we have HDMI imports. And so what we're going to look at, we're going to click on application. And these are the various applications that are available. You have your Microsoft Word and your PowerPoint as well on here. We're going to go to the internet. And we're going to look at, I talked about the streaming videos that we had. This is actually the link to our actual, it is touchscreen. For UAPB in here. And as it's coming up, I'm actually going to scroll to the bottom so I can go to the library homepage. And here, you see the database is listed here. And I'm going to just select Avon from here. And try this again. And we need to go back. It seems like it's real sensitive. We're getting used to it. See how quick it go back on you? I ain't worked fine this morning for me. That's how technology is.
Yeah, for 1 minute.
I forget that Avon works a little slower too. So I just. Like I said, just touch through. And it has a smart board, so you can use text and
quicker, because it's taking us 2 days to come up with like something to get our heads and put one data information down.
It's just pretty good because
And I could jump it up to full screen.
You don't have to. You've got one each, so you don't have to share.
But I want to go to
So what do you
one
want you to
more,
tell us?
so I'm going back.
Ms. Hart,
Yes, ma'am.
in the YouTube, the video I got for publishing, for the government printing office, it has a history on there. If you get a chance, would you show me that?
Yeah, I will. Okay, and we added the history maker this semester. And I'm gonna put my favorite, UAPB, and hit search. And you see, and I know Mayor spoke of him earlier. And I'm sorry if I have to keep walking across, but here we go.
Again, I mentioned earlier that when I was inducted into the Business League Hall of Fame,
And so,
what I
and while
thought
you're using you, if you just
was and what I
roll up here,
I
you
want
still got
to
all your inputs and everything
as
here.
the
So, and here you can switch between tasks here.
from Arkansas.
And so I'm just gonna hit home, and we're back there. And that's the TV Taylor system, integrated system.
Good morning, everybody. I am so thrilled to be here, and I've learned a lot about this particular library, and I am so impressed at what you are offering everyone in this community through this library. So thank you for that. I want to talk a little bit. I'm going to leave this wonderful library and go to the public library now, so you can see what it is that's happening outside of the campus. Libraries are transformative. They transform lives and they transform communities. Pine Bluff Jefferson County Library System is in the midst of an exhilarating time right now, where the goals are to transform both. With an exciting new building on the horizon, the way is paved to help transform downtown Pine Bluff. Commanding a large portion of the block located at 6th and Main, the new library will meet the express needs of the community and contribute to the revitalization of the downtown area. Every single aspect of the library is being analyzed to ensure that programs match the needs and desires of the people of Pine Bluff and Jefferson County. The e-book and the e-audio collections have begun their transformative process. They have extra resources committed, and new selections are being added monthly. Programming is undergoing a rejuvenation, with each location developing programs for adults as well as teens and children. For the younger group, there are painting classes, story times, pretend play times, craft programs, after-school adventures, and activity programs designed to stimulate scientific curiosity and artistic talent. In April, adults will be introduced to essential oils and a spring lawn and garden exhibition to learn about gardening, with more programs planned each month. A new program, The Standouts, will be a series of exceptional speakers and entertainment for adults. The library is working with the State Library to provide basic computer classes in the near future. So we're really revitalizing the entire library, every single aspect of it. And the new building is moving forward. I know it doesn't seem like anything's been happening, but behind the scenes, we have been extraordinarily busy. And we have just gotten the new schematic drawings of the new building, and we will be unveiling those soon. It's a 2-story structure with a special loft over part of the 2nd floor that's being dedicated just for teens. Each area will have its own computer access, so every age group will have computers, and there will be a computer lab as well as a computer training area. Businesses are welcome to the training area for special training sessions geared toward their particular needs. Beginning computer classes will be held for those needing help with email, searching, or understanding the range of communication available with computers and smartphones. We've had a lot of requests, and I have one wonderful 72-year-old who keeps tabs on me every month to see how far I've come. So she first contacted me in December and told me I had till January to get these programs up and running, and I did disappoint her, but I'm keeping in contact with her. Recording studios for adults and teens will allow people to record music as well as preserve the oral history of the community. A teaching kitchen is planned, and it's to explore nutritious after-school snacks, ethnic cooking, and soul food preparation. Children are going to have a much expanded space to explore. There will be programming steps. They're similar to the ones at the Clinton Children's Library in Little Rock, where children and families may relax while listening to a program, reading, playing a game, or just sitting and enjoying the view. Outside is a stage with ample lawn room for enjoying the performances. Landscaping is extensive to provide beauty and protection from the elements. And yes, the firefighters' memorial is being discussed as to where to put it and what it will end up looking like. So that is also going to be incorporated. There are 2 entrances which will lead into the library. One is from Main and 6th, and one is from the parking lot, which is off of Pine. The one from the parking lot leads into a cafe where people can gather and enjoy a light snack before heading into the library or enjoying a meeting in the spacious meeting rooms. We have one huge meeting room which can be divided into 3 different spaces, so multiple activities can go on at the same time. Someplace in this building we are going to have maker spaces, at least one. I'm hoping for 2. So that has not been, the plans haven't been finalized yet as to where everything will be located in the building. The new building drawings are tentatively scheduled to be unveiled on May 1st. Watch for the announcement of the unveiling in the next few weeks and join us in the main library's theater to view and celebrate moving forward with the library. And thank you all for coming.
Are y'all excited for the new library? Because I am. I want to see it. Okay. Now we will have special presentations and remarks by Ms. Sonia Lockett, Coordinator of Public Services, and Mr. Edward Fontaine. Question and answers. I skipped that. I'm sorry. Question and answers by Ms. Patrice Fisher.
Good morning once again. At this time, we're opening up the floor for questions and answers.
Share. How do we keep up with the activities at the Arsenal? That's the special.
What we do is there is a website that's called Toxic Release Inventory, and what we do is we put in the zip code, and it will identify everything in the area that's polluting. That's more or less when someone asks for a permit. If there is someone building or adding something new, they send it to us here at the library, so private citizens can come and see what they're doing. Also see when the comment period is going on.
I have a question for Ms. Martin. Is this equipment and this technology in this room at all times?
Yes, it's mounted on the wall.
Mounted on the walls? And you can access anything on the internet or anything?
Yes.
Okay. Can people reserve the space for meetings and things of that nature?
Well, where it is on campus, you have to, it's a different procedure you have to use for off campus.
Okay.
To reserve.
Okay, I'll be talking to you about that.
Related to the one Mr. Alderman Lockett just asked,
Is this technology accessible to students on this campus on a regular basis? Okay. My next question is for Ms. Morgan. I think you said that there would be a kitchen in the library. And in the kitchen, I believe I heard you say that you would prepare soul food.
Yes.
Is that all? Well, I asked that question because when you say prepare soul food, our population is largely Afro-American, and we do a lot of soul food. We need healthy food choices. So we need to think in terms of healthy choices.
That's one of the things that we're very excited about with the kitchen is the fact that we will be able to provide nutritious information. We can teach people about nutrition. One of the things I envision is being able to teach people how to shop and how to wisely choose their ingredients for different types of cooking.
And one of the other things that I'd like to see you do as we move forward, because part of our moving forward in this community is developing community gardens. And there's so many young people who do not know how to prepare those foods that we gather from those community gardens. So we'd like to see some of that taking place, from the garden to the table.
We can do that.
I'm gonna do my remarks and let's do the presentations and do that. Then I'll do my remarks. Mayor Shirley Washington, and the certificate reads, Certificate of Appreciation recognizing Mayor Shirley Washington for extraordinary service and unwavering support during National Library Week. Libraries Lead awarded at John Brown Watson Memorial Library, University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, given this 19th day of April 2018. Thank you so much for coming. This next one is for a member of your staff, Ms. Shaw, because she was so helpful to me as we were preparing for today, so we just wanted to give her a certificate and also a little appreciation for her.
She'll be excited.
The next one is for Ms. Bobby Morgan. Thank you for coming and giving us information about the new public library.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And Mrs. Teresa.
Well, thank you.
Ms. Boyd, thank you so much for she's auspicious. Thank you so much for agreeing to MC my program for me. Ms. Hunter, thank you. Ms. Conley, thank you for agreeing to do the history. Ms. McGee, thank you for telling us about the library study hall and all of the wonderful things you're doing over in digital reference. Ms. Donaldson. Ms. Yates, we're glad to have you back.
Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. Ms. Martin. Thank you. Ms. Fisher. To the best library director in the world.
I give myself a certificate.
Ms. Robertine Darden. Thank you, Ms. Darden, for all of your support. Thank you. Mr. Dwight Nelson. Thank you, Mr. Nelson.
Thank you.
The best photographer on campus. Ms. Marzella Smith. Mrs. Franklin, I think I left yours in my office, but I'll make sure you get it. Okay, now for my remarks. First, I would like to thank Mr. Fontenette for appointing me chair this year. It's really been great. It's been a lot of hard work, but I appreciate you giving me that opportunity. To Mayor Washington, thank you. I called and you said, sure, I'll be there. So I appreciate that. And you did give us a lot of wonderful words about the importance of a library, because people do wonder sometimes, are we still relevant? And students ask me, and I say, of course I am, because you need me to help you. You know, so we thank you for that, Ms. Morgan. Thank you for coming. To my lovely MC, thank you. To Ms. UAPB, thank you. To the library staff as a whole, thank you for putting up with me these last couple of months. I know I've kind of been just a little worse and a little nervous about making sure this program went off well. And I thank you all for your support. I would like to acknowledge someone real special to me. Not you, Ms. Martin, this time. But I would like to acknowledge my husband, Mr. Bruce Lockett, or Alderman Bruce Lockett, for coming to support. Thank you, Ms. Richardson and Mr. Bowles for coming. And just thank everybody. Thank you for UAPB-TV for coming and recording this session. And I want to do a couple of announcements. Next Thursday of this week, we will be doing open information literacy classes and academic integrity classes for our students and for the community. So if anyone would like to come and learn how to access our databases, please feel free to come Thursday at 11 o'clock, and we will be right here in this room. Oh, okay, we're doing it on the 26th of this month too, so we would like, and it's open. So it just doesn't have to be students, so if anybody would like to come, Mr. Lockett, you can come and learn how to do the research. And Mr. Fontanet.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Lockett, for working on so hard. This is your day. And thank everyone for coming.